So our first question is from LGO, Laura Gassner Otting. So she is the author of Limitless bestseller. She is a 29029 alum. You might have seen her on Good Morning America or the Today Show, or she's a rock star. So I know that Laura has a question for you, Jess.
Cool.
Yeah, so Jesse, we actually talked about this a little bit when we were climbing Stratton. I told you about this idea of wonder hell, when you have worked so hard as an entrepreneur that you are just so honored and delighted that anybody wants to spend 5 minutes thinking about or engaging in a thing that you've created. It's wonderful. And also, you've never been so tired in your entire life, right? It's hell. You feel torn in every different direction. And I'm so fascinated about these moments of wonder hell, when all of a sudden the view gets bigger, your expanse gets bigger, your ego gets bigger, your burden of potential weighs on you, and you could do even more. And I'm so interested to know what you've learned about yourself in those moments of wonder hell.
Okay, well, let me just start, Laura, by saying that I never look at those things as hell. When I feel overwhelmed as an entrepreneur, or the something breaks, or there's a deadline or whatever, and it doesn't go as planned, I never look at that as hell. I signed up to be an entrepreneur, okay? And I recognize, again, thinking like an entrepreneur, that these things happen. So it doesn't mean I'm not upset. I'm human. It doesn't mean that I don't freak out. I do, but I never short circuit to the point like this is hell. I always operate from a place of like, gratitude is an overused word. I wouldn't even call it gratitude. I would just call it like appreciation or opportunity. I don't know, man, but I don't, I've been in situations that are not great. I never say that. I never would say that, because I wouldn't give it that kind of power over me. But that's for starters. That is what I signed up to be, the good and the bad. And I recognize that there's going to be a balance, that not every day is going to be Disneyland. So specifically to your question, are you saying would you say the wonder, what do you call it? The wonderful?
Wonder hell. Like, it's amazing. And it's, you are so lucky and privileged, and you've worked so hard, and you're honored that it's wow, amazing. It's working out. And also, maybe I set my sights too low. Like, the burden of potential is only as big as your ego, and you realize you have so much more potential in you than you thought you had when you started on the journey. And what have you learned from yourself in those moments, and you realize that there was actually more, that the movie, you were staying to the end of the movie, but the movie actually had an even bigger and better ending than what you might have even conceived in the beginning.
They're just lessons for me. I mean, I always say to myself, I tell myself all the time that, like, I haven't even come close to doing what I want to do, what I'm capable of doing, what I feel I should be doing. And, I don't. I think all of us on this call, when we set out, are aligned in certain things. We're all aligned. We might have different views or whatever, but first of all, we all want to feel good. We all want to feel accomplished. And even during the quarantine, I think what was most frustrating for people is creating a sense of accomplishment and not feeling like, oh, I'm blowing this time, or I'm not getting enough done. It created a lot of pressure and a lot of frustration, when at the end of the day, we really just want to feel accomplished. I feel like at 52 years old, I don't even know what I want to do for a living. Like I feel so lucky to just have health, have a family, have some resources. And a whole lot of opportunity. So the way that I kind of approach it is, if I fall short of something, I don't really look back on it. It's a lesson, and it's just like, I'm always looking through the front of my door. I don't own a Marquis Jet hat. I don't own a Zico shirt. I have no pictures of famous people that I've been with hanging up all over the place, because to me, all of that is in the past. And the way that I look at it, and again, I don't want to sound repetitive, it's like I'm on this bus ride. I've mentioned this. If anyone's seen me speak, we're born and we go on the bus ride, right? And you don't need me to tell you it goes fast. The bus starts moving the day we're born, and it has no brakes. It has no reverse. The bus just keeps going. And all of a sudden you're 20, then you're 30, then you're 40, and the bus doesn't care if you get sick or if you're lazy. It just keeps going. If you take a week off, Jason, if you take a week off, Steve or Sarah or Crystal, it doesn't care. Your bus just, and then one day it stops. Now, all of this part of my life is done. From 0 to 51 is done. I can't change whether I'm broke, divorced, overweight. What I can worry about, and what we should be worrying about, is from this moment until the bus ride is over. How do we maximize this? That's all we have, and we never know when this is going to happen, when that bus is going to stop. So, you know, I'm trying to provide you guys with tools on this short time that can help you maximize this window, not go back and necessarily change the mistakes. Yes, you can repair relationships. There are things you can go back and fix, but really, how do we maximize this? So all of that stuff, good or bad, it's all in the past. I am just looking at maximizing from today till my bus is over, man, till I'm done. You know, last year, 6 months ago, I ran a 100-mile run. In 90 days, I ran an 80-mile run, 2 50-mile runs, 10 30-mile runs, and a 100-mile run, okay? I gave it all back 4 months later by eating chocolate and taking my foot off the gas pedal. I gave it all back. I went from 188 pounds to 205 pounds like that. Gave it all back. All that stuff, that hard work or whatever, it means nothing if you release. So my foot's on the gas pedal of life. I'm on the gas pedal. I never think about those races. I don't think about what I did in 2019. It's like I'm really laser focused on what's ahead of me, good or bad. I don't read any reviews anymore. I don't look at my sales numbers for my books.